All right, how we doing?
Yep,
Got this?
recording.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let's give her a hand as well too.
Hi, my name is Valerie, and today I'll be sharing with you the astonishing works of plant communication and how it positively impacts our body, mind, and environment. Plant communication has been widely accepted in every traditional culture, as that was how ancient ancestors found out what plants work for what things. While many people deem plant communication as ineffective and weird, this method of learning has been upheld by two groundbreaking writers, Stephen Buhner and Saha Pofan, who believe that communicating with plants can improve our overall mental well-being and make us closer to nature. Drawing upon the wisdom of indigenous peoples, Saha Pofam suggests that there are 10 rules to establish a relationship with a plant. In summary of these 10 rules, Saha shows that we must learn how to treat the plant as a friend through respect, offerings, etc., in order to build a strong relationship with the plant. Eisenstein further supports this idea by stating how plant communication is the most important thing that needs to happen because it allows us to have a transformed relationship with the natural world. In terms so simple even a child could understand, Eisenstein proposes the whole concept of plant communication by saying that in order for us to actually solve the problems of the environment, we must first understand it and learn how to communicate with it. If every person in the world practices this method of communication, they will become closer to nature, and that could possibly be the change in mindset needed to restore the harmony of the biosphere. Because of this theory, I decided to try plant communication myself. For the past few weeks, I have been sitting with a few plants and just talking to them, and the results were incredible. On the first day of this project, I wanted to give up on plant communication, as I thought it was weird and not interesting. However, after being reminded by Mr. Schmidt that I should think from the heart instead of the brain, I realized that I had spent the last 14 years being trained to think in one way, and that I had to try to think differently now. Although that was an initial setback, I soon realized the importance of this project. In the first initial week, I didn't really feel an immediate connection, but I definitely felt much more refreshed after talking and just being around the plants. After the second week, the plants were almost like a part of my daily routine. I felt some special connection with one of the plants as well. On one occasion, after just being with the plants, I started sleeping better. It's like my heart was communicating with the brain with the plant, telling me to relax and release my stress. Throughout the whole experiment, I felt a kind of heart coherence and a kind of interbeing where the heart beats in a smooth and harmonious way and connects to the brain, telling the brain what to do. Saha also claims that whenever we look and communicate with the plants, it creates a biochemical reaction linked to the limbic system, which is our emotional brain, making us become happier and more relaxed. After these few weeks, I realized something important. For the first time, I was close to nature. The different trees and plants that I would never even glance at before caught my attention. When I went outside for a walk, it seemed as if the plants were talking to me and I understood them. After understanding how precious and beautiful nature is through plant communication, I finally understood how horrifying the planet's problems were. The simple act of understanding and communicating with nature empowered me to raise awareness of our planet's problems. Thus, in Saha's principles of evolutionary herbalism, he further supports this idea by saying that plant communication enables us to think differently rather than using a linear rational mind. He says that plant communication allows us to have a different perspective on the natural world, and that understanding and knowing nature first is the key to saving the planet. For me, I feel like nature being alive means that it's a living creature, that it too has a soul, and that it is as important as every other living being on the planet. To quote Eisenstein, he says that in order to truly grasp what nature being intelligent and alive means is to ask nature questions like, what does the land want? What does the water want? As Ishmael says, nature being alive means that we must look into the eyes of our natural world and see that it's not our enemy, but indeed our family. To conclude, Eisenstein says that if we knew that nature too were a full subject, we would stop ravaging her. The understanding that nature is alive and intelligent should move us to stop destroying it and treasure our beautiful environment. Thank you.